Hey there, welcome to the channel, welcome to another day in the studio. If you're new here, my name is Cass, I'm an artist and the small business owner of Smol Creations. Today we're actually not working on orders, we're sculpting Christmas presents for my family. It's been exactly 2 years now since I started working with polymer clay again. I used to play with it as a kid a lot, and even back then in primary school I wanted to open a shop together with my little sister where we would sell pastry earrings made out of polymer clay. That was only a phase. We never actually did anything besides making a lot of cupcakes and donuts, and I eventually just stopped using polymer clay as an art medium until 2 years ago when I fell back in love with it. And the first things that I made 2 years ago were little charms of our family dog, and I made one for each of my family members, my 2 little sisters and my parents, and for myself of course. But to be completely honest with you, they are not holding up that well, and I want to remake them this year. I already measured out the clay, I mixed the clay, so all of that boring, time-consuming stuff is already out of the way and we can get right into sculpting. And I also already made a prototype. As you can see, it's just a back charm version of my desk pals, but looking like our family dog Ella. I normally only make one piece at a time, so making these 4 dogs all at once was a reminder of how much I enjoy making the same piece over and over again. I really like the repetitiveness of it. It just really helps me to get into this really relaxing flow state, which is a lot harder to get into when working on only one creation. So I really enjoyed being able to work like that. Hey guys, it's the next day. I was not able to finish sculpting yesterday. I'm very hypersensitive to a lot of sensory things, especially light. So on days where I'm not doing well in general, like yesterday, having to work with a ring light directly next to me was way too overwhelming, and also the sensation of the sticky clay when it is too warm is way too much sometimes. So I had to stop, and now I'm back today. As you can see, it's pretty dark outside already, even though it is not even 5 p.m. But it's a gloomy day, it's getting dark very early here, which is fine for me. I don't mind working when it's dark outside, but it also means that I have to work with lights in order to see something, and I also need the lights for filming. I'm not doing that well today either, but since we only have the hats left, I think I'm able to do that, and then we'll see how much energy I have left for other things. We finally finished sculpting. I was getting so frustrated with the ears That's why I did not film that part. I'm so exhausted right now. I'm struggling a bit with finding words. So I'll take a break now, probably paint the pals without you, because it's always a struggle filming how I paint my sculptures. But I'll definitely film the glazing process, and I also want to make some cute name tags, just like the charms that I use for my logo. But at this moment, I do not have it in me. I don't even want to think about having to do that right now. I really just need to take a break. I went back into the studio in the middle of the night because I had an idea that I wanted to test out right then. One of the dogs that I'm making is for myself, and I was thinking about how I wouldn't use it as a back charm but as a desk pal. But I think the eye pin would bother me a little bit, so I had the idea to make a teeny tiny Christmas hat, is that what it's called, to hide that eye pin, and it looks so silly. I love it so much. So I decided to make one for each of my family members, just in case they wanted to use it as a desk pal as well. There was something about the face of the pals that didn't look that right to me, so I took one of the pals and cut off the snout and gave it a tinier one, and it looked so much better. So I redid the snout for each of them, and I tested out another idea this morning. I was thinking about adding charms, but with the names of my family members to the back charms, like I'm doing with my logo charms. I make these out of shrinking foil, but I had the idea, since it is Christmas, why not make them look like gingerbread cookies. I recently bought this color and I didn't really know what to do with it, so I tested it out and it looks so cute. So now we have to finish the Christmas hats and also make a couple more gingerbread cookies. All of the charms are sculpted and also painted. I actually came back into the studio yesterday night to continue sculpting some presents. I didn't film anything, I just had fun sculpting without any of the interruptions that come when you have to film what you're doing, which was really relaxing and I had a lot of fun with it. It is pretty late today. I did not manage to get started on glazing the pieces earlier. I just wasn't feeling that well. I have a very low energy day today and I really hope that I'm able to glaze all of them, but it's quite a few pieces and I'm glazing them differently today than I'm used to, so we'll see how exhausting that is for me and if I manage to glaze them all in one sitting. This is the very first time that I'm using my new glaze, which is actually just a UV nail polish top coat, but it's way less toxic than UV resin. It is so much easier to work with and it is so much quicker to work with than the glazes that I used for the last couple of months. It was a bit of a change going from very thin runny glazes to this very thick one, and it took a little bit for me to get used to, but since it's so many pieces that I have to work with, it really helped me to transition to this glaze. And after the first couple of charms, I had so much fun while glazing. I am so obsessed with how glossy these pieces turned out. I'm just so happy that I finally found a glaze that I enjoy working with, where I'm comfortable working with it, and the end results are just perfect. Hey guys, I really don't feel like talking in front of a camera today, so I hope a voiceover is okay with you. We have to assemble all of the charms, and I decided to use these tiny clasps, which I normally don't use, but for everyone to be able to customize their charms easily, it's really helpful to use them so that nobody has to use pliers to open the chains. And I do really like the idea of my charms being a bit more customizable, or at least for my customers to be able to decide if they do want to use them as a charm or just put them on their desk, use them as a desk pal. So maybe I'll change how I make the keychain part in the future. Let me know in the comments what you think about it.